Hello, welcome back to another update. I know some of you might be thinking, the audio sounds different. What's going on? Well, a few days ago, my microphone decided it will not work, and my low IQ brain did not come up with the idea of using the built-in microphone on the laptop. So I spent 30 minutes trying to fix the settings to where it would work. I've got it working, so you can hear me. I can do updates again. Okay, back to the update, which I meant to be doing, not telling the microphone story and all that. Tropical Storm Paulette, 65 miles per hour, very likely becoming a hurricane, actually. Not very likely, but it's still getting likely, likelier each advisory, basically. Tropical Storm Rene looks absolutely horrible. This could even be a tropical depression right now. Some satellite estimates range from 25 knots all the way to 35 knots. 30 mile per hour tropical depression, Rene? You don't know, but it could be. And this is actually supposed to be the strongest of the two, which I'm pretty sure it will be. But, you know, if it keeps looking like Barry, I'm not so sure on that. So, here's Paulette. It only has, I believe, 9 more miles per hour, 9 more miles to go until it's a hurricane, because, you know, hurricane starts at 74. So it's getting really close to becoming a hurricane. Rene, on the other hand, still a weak 40 mile per hour tropical storm. Now let's look at their forecast discussions. Paulette is forecasted to reach 70 miles per hour. Maybe even 75 if it really tries. I'm pretty sure it will try. Because there actually is a lot of wind shear effect in it, and it just doesn't care. Kinda like Barry. Okay, enough of Barry. Can we go the rest of this month without talking about Barry? Starting now. Rene is forecasted to reach 80 miles per hour in the long term. That's about 60 hours out. I think it'll reach a little bit higher than that. Probably around 90 or maybe Category 2. We'll just have to see for that. Here is the infrared loop for Paulette. We can see, yes, it has a lot of convection blowing up, but you can clearly see the wind shears affecting the system. It's clearly visible. But it just doesn't care. This keeps on strengthening. Here is the high-resolution imagery for Paulette. We can see in the first frames it looks pretty good. You can clearly see the wind shear is taking a toll on it. We can see the low-level center. Overall, all the convection is really being pushed away. But it's still doing pretty good. There we go. It's looking pretty good besides the wind shear, is all I can say. Now, here is Barry. Well, it's not really Barry. It just looks overall horrible. It has barely any convection to do with it. The most convection is... I don't even think that's the center. I think the center's over here. Overall, this thing is looking horrible. This might even dissipate. I'm not so sure on that, but... I mean, it could. If it keeps looking like this, it could open up into a wave. Here is the visible for Rene. It's looking a little bit better than it does on infrared, but it's still looking kind of trashy. Here's the wind shear. We can see that Paulette is in some wind shear. It's in a lot, actually. Rene, a little bit less wind shear, and it's supposed to go somewhat like that. And Rene is really aiming for Bermuda, actually. Will this affect Bermuda? We're going to have to wait and see. Now, overall, like Marco did, I'm pretty sure that Paulette will take on most of this wind shear and allow Rene to strengthen more than Paulette did in that area. You know, Marco came, the wind shear really did a toll on it, and then Laura came through the same area and just started rapidly, explosively intensifying into the 155 beast it was. Now, I'm not saying this will also become a 155 beast. No, most likely just Category 2 is the highest it's going to possibly reach. Now, let's look at some area of interest, why not, over here in the Atlantic. You can actually see 2. Here is 94L. Overall, it has a 40% chance of development. This could become the next tropical storm. Though I'm pretty sure this, on the other hand, is most likely going to become a tropical storm. Now, this is very low latitude compared to Rene and Paulette. They both formed up here. And a lot of the models are actually suggesting this is going to go into the Leeward Antilles, if that's how you pronounce it. I'm not good on words at all. Pronouncing words is my weakness. So overall, this could pull a Laura in track, not intensity, don't worry. I'm not calling no Category 4 or 5 in Louisiana again, because that would just be devastating, and we do not need that. What we need is for this to magically get rid of that. Now, real quick, just some steering current tips. There's a high pressure area over here and high pressure area over here. And there's a weakness over here, which will pull these systems away from the East Coast. It ain't going to turn as far north as I put. Because, again, Paulette should go like that, maybe. I think Bermuda, maybe. And Rene will probably follow behind it, but maybe turn a little bit more earlier. But we're going to have to see what this does. This really has my eye. We're just going to have to see what this decides to do. 95L, I'm pretty sure is going to happen tonight. Not formation, but it's going to be designated as 95L. We're going to have to see if that ends up happening. Now, overall, this is the end of today's update. Since I've got a microphone working, I will do another update tomorrow because there's a lot of systems to talk about. Now, as I was saying, this is the end of today's update, and I'd like to thank you for watching, and have a good rest of your day.